Well, we've got the graveyard shift here. We've got to wake you up after lunch. And if anyone has ever been to a panel that I've moderated, you know that it's not going to be boring. Well, at least I'm going to do my best to make it as entertaining and awakening as possible with the help of our 4 panelists here. We don't have much time, and there's plenty of content. And by the way, here in Hollywood or near Hollywood, when you say pictures, you actually mean videos. So what we're going to be talking about now is video, namely online and new kinds of video. And what I'm going to do in order not to steal everyone's thunder is just call upon the 4 panelists and ask them to present themselves and their companies briefly. And that would be followed by a discussion that hopefully, and with your help, because we'll also take questions from you, will also be engaging, entertaining, and will help you recover from lunch. So I'll just briefly introduce myself. I'm a video addict would be a slight exaggeration, but I watch online video every day, which makes me, I guess, a bit like 1 in every 3 Americans. That's the stat. So 1 in 3 Americans watches online video daily. And I think monthly, every month, 77% of people actually watch videos on their phone. And those stats are staggering to me as a viewer, as a subscriber of a mobile network. I work for a company called Deutsche Telekom. We also own some, not a big business, but we do video and TV in Germany and some other countries, unfortunately not here in the US. To me, everything that's happened over the past few years in the video space is no short of amazing. That's why Deutsche Telekom has decided to invest more into the space. We're doing investments in the video space. We've actually opened up an Israeli office, and at least a couple of our investments are in the video space. And as a Deutsche Telekom executive and the person who heads the Israeli office, I'm really proud to have leaders in the online video space seated on this stage, and they're all from Israel. So with that, I'd like to turn to our first presenter. And in order not to steal everyone's thunder, and if you really want to know a little bit more about every speaker, you have this in your booklets. What can I say about Wibbitz? Wibbitz turns text into video. As a consumer, as someone who watches video, I'd rather have my text delivered to me as video. And you want to step up? Zohar is the founder and CEO of Wibbitz, and he's the person who's going to take the text away from us and deliver it all via video. There you go.
Thank you very much. Well, we're not going to take away the text completely, but in certain situations we hope to. So, like I said, at Wibbitz, we created a very neat technology that can turn text articles into video summaries that you can watch, especially when you're on the go. Now, on March 11th, 1702, the first printed daily newspaper was published in England. It was called The Daily Current, and that's the issue right there that you can see on the screen. And if you think about it, we are still consuming our news and information pretty much the same way that we did 300 years ago, except that for the fact that the ink on paper has been replaced with pixels on our digital screens. Now, I can assure you that the guys at the Daily Current never thought that you would be consuming this form of content on a 4-inch screen that you carry around in your pocket. We believe there is a much better way of doing that. I'm going to show you a quick demo of how we turn text into video. How do you actually turn text into an experience that you can just hit play and watch? So what you see on the screen right now is a Forbes article that was published about Mr. Li Ka-shing. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Mr. Lee, he is currently the 8th richest person in the world according to Forbes, and we had the privilege of having him and his fund, Horizons Ventures, invest in our company. So instead of having to read this entire article right now, you can just watch a quick video that was created automatically.
Age 83, Asia's richest man, Lee Ka-shing, gets more done by lunch than people half his age pull off in a full day. For the entire quarter century that Forbes has been measuring global billionaires, Lee has been featured on the top of the list. Lee says it took him only 5 minutes in December 2007 to decide to invest in Facebook, even though it barely had any revenues and was seeking investments that value the young company at a relatively high $15 billion. The opportunity was presented to him by longtime companion Selena Chow, head of his private technology investment company, Horizons Ventures. Lee's brilliance isn't just who he invests in, it's how. Lee Ka-shing stays in the whole game, and he believes in technology that is disruptive. These disruptive startups help make his larger holdings more cutting edge. Making a business from these investments is secondary, Lee says of his web portfolio. Of late, Lee has become particularly fascinated by the sweeping potential of artificial intelligence across all his businesses. A person investing in technology will feel younger. He smiles.
Pretty cool, right? So what you saw right now was completely machine generated. It takes about 10 seconds to create a video out of a text article. So at Wibbitz, we bring content to life and allow users to watch any content that they want and get a video summary of exactly what they want to hear from the article. And even more exciting, we do that on mobile, when you're on the go, when you're doing other things, when text just isn't enough. We do that by analyzing the text. We understand what the text is talking about and visualize it using beautiful images that take full advantage of the great capabilities of the devices that we carry on in our pockets daily. So it could be images, video clips, animated infographics, maps for locations, anything that could visualize and really tell the story much better. Like I said before, we use a lot of text analysis and artificial intelligence to understand what the text is talking about. Then we need to summarize it. We pull up the most relevant media for that specific text. So if it's the images and video clips, we need to match it to be the most relevant to what the text is actually really talking about. We had a web version that was a B2B model that enabled small to medium-sized publishers who don't have the resources to create their own videos in just a few minutes create video out of their content. We had great success with that. We had more than 50,000 websites using the platform, generating more than 17 million videos viewed each month. And that was all viral growth, kind of word to mouth. And I'm very happy to say that soon, any user, any one of you sitting here would be able to consume the content that you want in the form of video summaries. So thank you very much.
So just a little bit of house cleaning, keeping what we have now is a couple of presentations from different computers. So while I think Tal, you go next. While Tal will be telling us a little bit more about AOL On, which is the way Israelis have actually taken over online video. Oren, you will be setting up your computer, so sorry for that. Tal, AOL. Really, AOL has conquered video owing to an Israeli company, owing to your company. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and AOL?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm Tal Simantov, and I'm the Vice President of Video at AOL. So we're actually running the video group there. I came to AOL through an acquisition of a company that I started with two of my best friends 7 years ago called 5Min Media. 5Min started actually as a website for how-to videos. We were supposed to have a a presentation here and with a very nice picture of Jane Fonda showing exercises that should have demoed what we did in the early days, but you actually could have come to 5 min in the early days and get a short video of up to 5 minutes about anything you want to know or learn how to do. So we launched the site, we raised some money, and it went well in the first year, but then we reached a glass ceiling like a lot of other companies are reaching, and we had a very nice library of videos from a lot of content production companies, but we didn't have the users. We have a few millions, but it wasn't enough in order to make money. So we had to shift the strategy. And instead of bringing the people to the videos, to the content, we decided to take the content, the videos, to the people. And we developed a technology, a syndication technology, that could take the videos to other websites. And actually, this is the related video unit that you see at the bottom of a lot of articles that you read on different websites. So that's how we started. This strategy went very well. We grew a lot. One of our clients was at one point AOL. They saw that it works well, and they acquired us 2.5 years ago. And they actually bought us to bring this strategy into AOL and also to build a video group within the organization that almost didn't exist back then. And we did it. And in 2.5 years, we're now we have a big platform of video. According to Comscore, we're the second largest video platform on the web, second only to YouTube. We're streaming around 1 billion video views a month, which is great, using this exactly strategy and technology that I just told you about. And actually, a year ago, we launched a new brand called AOL On, which is our video brand, which is actually similar to what you're seeing on TV. It's actually, we're copying the TV model, the content, the cable model. It's actually 15 channels of content from food to technology to entertainment to news. And we're streaming these videos across our website, other websites, AOL sites, and reaching a lot of scale. So this is the story in a nutshell.
It's great. And there are actually a few hard questions to be asked, but we'll keep that for later. I think you have something like 60 million unique viewers.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, 61 actually million uniques that are coming to us on a monthly basis.
Right.
Watching it, it's important to understand it's not that everyone is coming to our side. The whole strategy is about taking these videos and to other publishers, to other websites, if it's AOL owned or other publishers in our network. So
it's great. And by the way, you could almost double the number of your uniques if you get dog content on your platform, because there are, I think, 46 million dog owners in the US alone, right?
Yeah.
So Gilad, with that potential audience, all we need is relevant content for dogs. And that's exactly what Gilad Neumann's company, DogTV, does. Gilad, well, you can do it from your seat, but your presentation should be on.
Is it mine? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it is a TV channel for dogs. Not for humans, not about dogs, but actually for dogs to view. I think it could be summarized in a short sentence. 3.5 years ago, a guy called Ron Levy, which you know well, came into my office and said, there is a huge potential for a new niche channel. It would serve a huge population, 40% of US households, about 46 million households, almost 80 million viewers. It's an amazing, over $50 billion industry in the US. It's been growing over 6% every year on average for the past decade. And there isn't a single channel that exists for that group of audience. And having produced over 50 channels for the previous company I worked for, I said that doesn't exist. And he said, oh yeah, that's just a little small thing. It's dogs. And 3 years later, we are just about to launch DogTV on DirecTV. August 1st, coming to DirecTV here in the US, and will be available in over 20 million households. And I think it's a long story, and it would take more than 3 minutes, and Guy is very particular about the 3 minutes. So it would take more than that to explain how you make TV for dogs. I think, do you want to do the video?
I
or?
think a video could tell the story,
Okay,
right?
we could do a video to tell the
It's
story.
generated automatically using Wibbitz, right?
Exactly. It's a
So
Wibbitz
they don't
video.
need to read.
Yeah, actually, Magisto. So there is a video that's coming up. If there's none, they're working on it. There we go.
When we are with our dogs, we never feel lonely. But how can we help them when they feel alone?
They feel lost, they feel loneliness, they feel isolation.
And some dogs actually appear to be depressed. They lose their appetite, they don't play. The world is grey until their owners return. A third of American homes have a dog, and the fact is that most of these dogs are left at home for many hours a day.
Most pet owners are constantly seeking solutions for this problem.
Animals need stimulation in this day and age.
60% of American dog owners leave the TV or radio on while they're away.
I love having the TV on for my dog.
But is regular TV programming right for our dogs?
It can be detrimental to a dog if the television is just left on any kind of channel.
Dogs would rather watch something they're interested in.
That's where dog TV comes in.
The concept of some kind of TV programming that will be sort of scientifically designed for dogs is a terrific idea and one that I firmly support.
We're actually excited about the possibility of dog TV really bringing enrichment and social stimulation to the dogs when people are gone.
I think it's a phenomenal idea to have a TV network that is aimed specifically at a dog.
Dog TV is something that is really a build on a principle that we have already embraced, which is leave your television on, give the dog the opportunity to have this visual and auditory stimulation.
Dog TV, a groundbreaking TV channel scientifically designed to keep your dog company while you're away.
I would see dog TV as something where we would engage all the known scientific facts about how dogs see, how dogs hear, how dogs think, what interests them.
Having a channel like DogTV that is created especially for canines is what trainers like myself and people that own dogs have been waiting for.
This would be a breakthrough for the millions of dogs that are left alone every day.
It is the most exciting concept that has hit the world of training and dogs for many, many years.
I believe it's going to make a lot of difference in a lot of dogs' homes.
Just because your dog is alone does not mean he's lonely.
You know, it's great for them and it's great for us.
Dog TV, a new breed of television.
Well,
I think we'll leave the picture side to the panel, and then we could go back to the slides. And
absolutely, we'll do that. So I guess every dog owner has got videos of their dogs on their phone, on their video cameras, but that content rarely makes it elsewhere. For some odd reason, footage, video that we take using our mobile devices is not shared or is not shared as well as pictures, obviously. And one of the companies, actually one of the leading companies that has taken upon itself to change that is Magisto. So Oren is the CEO of Magisto.
CEO and co-founder.
Co-founder and CEO of Magisto. And you can take us very briefly through the why and the how of...
Sure.
No, not just dog video though, right? Any home video.
Yeah, it's Magisto actually was conceived when my first daughter was born. I don't know if you had this experience. You have a first boy or daughter. You buy a camcorder, you start to shoot video. Now we shoot video through our smartphone devices, and you quickly find out that this is completely useless. I mean, you look at the results, and this is so boring. It has nothing to do with it. And this is exactly what me and my wife had when we just wanted to show some of the videos to our guests at a party we did for our daughter 1 month after she was born. And so we said, okay, so let's do this thing called video editing. It should be easy, right? 2 weeks later, after slaving ourselves to do this video to our guests that ended up in 5 good minutes of video that we were be able to probably show to our guests, I was kind of astounded at the fact that we all capture video, but we do nothing with it. These are our most precious memories. So how can it be that we do nothing with it? And the short answer, I mean, we're now in the city where the industry of film has started to become, getting to gargantuan sizes, and this is because raw footage was never meant to be consumed. At the beginning of days of film, Auguste Lumière, one of the first pioneers of film, said that video or film is an invention without a future. And a couple of years later, video editing was invented, and the rest is history. So without video editing, there is no future for video. And we're about to change that for your video, for personal video. Maybe we go to the presentation. So the thing that changed in the recent years is that, yeah, we all carry camcorder in our pocket, just called a smartphone. And we can capture our entire life history on video. That is kind of amazing. We have the storage, we have the devices, everything is ready. But the fact is, we still don't do anything with those supposedly precious memories. If you go to Facebook, for instance, and you don't see people share their life experiences like you see here. This is a thing that doesn't happen. You don't see that. And this is because it's boring. We have very smart devices. We have amazing full HD cameras, but it's still boring. There's nothing that should change that. Now, we're capturing right now more video than the entire history of humankind. We're creating right now videos that makes YouTube seem tiny, probably 1,000 times bigger than YouTube. So how come we don't do anything with it? But it's not only the video. It's the video, it's the pictures that creating an explosion of information. This is my camera roll. I don't know if yours looks like that, but it's just becoming worse and worse with every version of the smartphone. It's becoming unbearable. If you go to the desktop device, I mean, you'd find out this is completely unmanageable. We have too many memories to do anything with it. We don't view them. So supposedly, yeah, you should have had a solution. It's called video editing. They should have turned us to amazing keepsakes you can share and keep and show to your friends and family. But this is what people think about video editing. It takes hours, 2 days, to make a couple of good minutes of video. This is not reasonable. We live in an age that it takes a couple of seconds to create a video. In order to keep the balance right, you have to make something that works in seconds. So video editing is a completely non-solution, and what we end up is with billions of priceless memories that are currently useless, neglected, and forgotten. Now, we view these amazing piles of pixels, this is the biggest data ever created, as priceless, because we know how to mine it, and we know how to turn it to priceless memories. Priceless memories that people really want to own, and they're willing to pay for a lot. The way we did that is by completely automating the process. So we had to come up with disruptive technology, an AI technology, that makes the computer think like a human video editor, a professional one. And in order to do that, you have to understand a lot of the facets of footage that you have. You have to understand not just faces or camera motion, you have to understand characters and scenes and interaction and speech, things like that, because you need to tell a story. That's what video editing is all about. And you need to create an emotion. It might be funny, it might be scary, it might be sentimental, whatever the user wants. So we are able to create it automatically for users by the millions of videos. And this gives you, as a user, to become the director instead of being the editor. You just select what you want to do, and a couple of minutes later, it's ready for you. There is a personal memory assistant handling all your memories for you. So we are building this home for your memories where you can curate and share the memories that you created with everyone that you want. It might be your friends, it might be your family, whoever you want. And not only curating them and be able to watch them together with friends and family, but also something you're going to see very soon from Magisto later this year is the capability to create together. We all have devices. We all see the same events. You'll be able to create them for all angles at the same time and to get something that is almost impossible to do manually, but get it in real time. Finally, what we want is really to help you create your memories and home for your memories and take it with you wherever you go. Have them online, offline, on small screen, medium screen, big screen. Your memories are always with you, always ready to celebrate with friends and family. That's Magisto. Thank you.
really great, Oren. And actually, we've just been able to establish that Israel is a video nation, right? Maybe that's the title of the next book. But what I'm lacking a little bit is an understanding of the magnitude of the phenomenon. The world is changing. We're all watching much more online videos. Well, our dogs not yet, but very soon. Tal, can you give us a bit of sense as to the size of the market and where everything is going? You're actually seeing it from the top of that mountain, right?
Yeah, it wasn't always like that. Actually, I'm watching this industry for 7 years, from the early days of YouTube and Meta Cafe, where watching a video of 3 minutes took you like 10 minutes because of the rendering and everything. And it's like the revolution that this space is going through is unbelievable. You mentioned that a third of the American population is watching a video on a daily basis, and it's becoming, online video is mainstream. It's not anymore like a phenomena, something that we have to follow. This is it. And we're actually, today, like I read a research that we're spending more time watching video on other devices than we're spending time watching actually linear TV, which is kind of amazing. It creates a lot of headaches for everyone here because we have to match our platforms to every device, to the Sony TV and the Samsung TV. We used to do it only for 2 or 3 browsers. Now we have to match it to a lot of devices. So it's huge. We're seeing a lot of players, different players in the space that are changing roles. So Samsung and Sony used to be TV manufacturers, and today they're actually becoming kind of cable operators. You can actually watch not being connected to Time Warner and watch content through your Samsung TV or Apple TV or whatever. So this game of changing chairs is amazing. Netflix are starting to produce content. They released the House of Cards that you can watch only on Netflix. We're starting to produce content as well. So it's fun to see all of these changes in the industry, and this industry is becoming so significant. On the advertiser side, it's a different kind of angle that it's taking. The TV industry is still huge, around $65 billion a year, and the online video is still tiny. I just met one of the heads of the agencies in New York, and I quote him. He said, "Online video is still a zit on TV's ass." Like he said, it's still tiny. It's not in the size where we want it to be, but money is starting to flow from TV to online video, and it's becoming a more significant space also from the advertiser's perspective.
That's interesting. So, Gilad, could it be that you're betting on the wrong horse, or rather on the wrong dog?
The wrong dog.
I mean, everything is going online, and dogs do not really watch advertising, or they might, but they can't buy their stuff, right, when they watch TV alone at home. So why not just go online? Why DirecTV, or why the large players?
So first of all, we're online. We've been online for a good few months. We're doing great. We have viewers from all over the world. Actually, I think it's almost 45 countries by now. But there's a big barrier. Dogs are still not PC viewers. They have some challenges in downloading the content.
They can't swipe, right?
Exactly. And owners are not as happy to leave the PC in the living room. So we have a need to get to the TV. And that's a challenge that we have. That kind of adds up to another big challenge that we have, is that our viewers are not our subscribers. So we have two groups. We have to cater to our subscribers because they're paying for the subscription, but they're not watching the TV. It's pretty great that the highest rating for DogTV is when no one's home, but that's how it is. And what we're doing basically is trying to talk to our subscribers, and we do that through pictures. Maybe we'll get to that later, but it is more difficult. Online is not our best option, but we are using devices, and you mentioned smart TVs. So we're using smart TVs, and we're using other set-top boxes that are OTT boxes connected to the internet. And this way our subscribers worldwide can actually get DogTV online through a box in the TV in the living room, and that's where we need to serve our viewers.
It's pretty neat. So Zohar, a question to you, and I'm actually concerned, because as a venture capitalist, I used to do venture capital in Israel with an Israeli fund, and I've seen this text-to-video space kind of take start to begin to, and then nothing really happened. And all of the good companies in that space are from Israel, which is great for us, but it doesn't sound like a big market. So is there a chance that this is going to change, that text to video is going to become a big market, or is it still going to remain this Israeli thing?
Well, I think that, of course, video is huge everywhere, and the fact that there are a few Israeli companies in the video field, maybe just they were the first ones to understand the full potential of online video, and I think that the companies that you mentioned before, Sunday Sky and iDumu, they're very successful in what they do. They're very different from us from a technology perspective. They're really focusing on e-commerce and creating product videos that drive sales on those e-commerce websites. So they create video templates for products, while we took upon ourselves the big challenge of working with raw text. It's unstructured data. We're the first ones, or actually the only ones, that work with completely unstructured text. And we have many challenges in that aspect, that we really need to understand the core essence of text so we can portray it in a visual kind of way, which is a huge challenge for us.
And a tiny question, just watching the Li Ka-shing video. Great things happened in text-to-speech. It still doesn't sound very natural. Do you see any further advancements in this space, or are we still going to stick with this slowish, sluggish?
Of course, I see a lot of advancement, and it's very quick to advance as well. Today it's not what it was a few months ago, and it's just getting better. It's sounding much more natural. We're getting different types of voices that sound more enthusiastic. They know how to convey the message much better. So I think we're gonna see a great improvement in that. Today we work with the top text-to-speech provider. Some people don't even know that it's an artificial voice. So I can tell you that my mom, she always asks me, who's reading this? So I guess it depends how tech-savvy you are. But all in all, people are getting used to having machines talk to them. If you think about Siri and Google Now and S-Voice, it's just a matter of time until all our devices are communicating with us through voice. So I think it's a natural progress.
And I have to say that we have a huge need for real-time videos, because when something happens, you need a video right away. And text is available. Text is very easy to write, but video is not there. Actually, in the presentation, I don't know if we have it here, but I have an image, a picture of two reporters on ABC sitting during Hurricane Sandy and actually searching for stuff on their Twitter, because it's like they're not there. Like, it takes time to produce the TV and to get the information, and with that technology, it's like it's possible.
Right.
Great. So, Oren, would you be able to encourage Zohar a little bit and tell us that people do like automatically generated videos? Do people actually like the result? And is there a change in that?
Yeah, I think that's was definitely one of the key challenges for us. It's in case of creating something like people's life experiences in produced form. The key challenge is not just to create a summary; it's also to move people. Because if you see something that's just informational about what happened to you, it's not really interesting as life experience. It doesn't make you want to share it. And we got to the position with Magisto that we have the highest rating for any video creation application right now on iOS or on Android. And people are really moved by the results. We get lots of feedback. Like, every second feedback we get is about how much people love it, how much it's make them laugh. Think about it. A computer made them laugh, or a computer made them cry. It's kind of amazing. That's not the usual perception we have about AI. Sometimes being a bit of a all the Siri jokes, being kind of a dorky. So suddenly there's something that's not only intelligent, it's emotionally intelligent, being able to move you. So I think that in that regard, that is what makes Magisto grow very, very fast, because people tell about it to their friends and family, that they created this thing very automatically, very easily for them.
And does that translate into money? I mean, are people willing to pay money in order to do that?
Yeah, I think that's also something that was very important for us to validate on the first stages of the company. People really like it and just will pass and will never pay. We actually see very high conversion rates for users willing to pay for further features like making your video longer or adding more photos to the compilation to create a better compilation. And I think that we have a validation that this piles of pixels that I've shown you is actually a huge pile of money just waiting to be created. This is kind of the source footage of hundreds of millions of memories that are just waiting to be created right now.
Great. In Deutsche Telekom, we've been playing around with the concept of the second screen, right? The big TV screen being the first screen. Maybe that's changing, and now the primary screen is actually your mobile one. But let's assume that we're still in that old universe. Can you see any of the content that you guys are generating, content that you're aggregating, going back into the living room? Do you see any interest by people to actually watch, lean back and watch this in the comfort of their own home?
Yeah, I think that it's all about comfort and convenience, and there is no more, I think, a first screen and a second screen. It's changing rapidly. It's all about the situation. Actually, people are watching more video on their mobile when they're home. Like it's very interesting to see how this space is changing. And it's like TV is just the biggest screen in the house. It sits it's hung on the wall or in front of the couch, and that's what it is. And it's just another screen. I don't think that there is any more like one big screen and then the other devices. It's all about convenience and what's comfortable for you to watch through.
So Jane Fonda is back.
Oh, Jane Fonda is up. That's how we started.
You want to show this? How long is it?
This is just an image. Actually, we have a video after about the AOL network. We can show it at the end.
Okay, but I wanted to ask a question about taking your companies to the big, ugly market of content, right? We all know that it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of money to get this content into the hands or paws of your customers. So what have you guys done, and what have you guys done differently in order to take your innovation and bring it to market? If you could share some tips with other entrepreneurs and just inspire us in the room. So Gilad, you want to start and tell us a little bit on how you market this and push this to your audience?
I think that the biggest challenge and the sentence that we've heard most is I'm not saying no, but I'm definitely not saying yes. We've heard that from almost every TV platform in the US for over 2 years. And I think that the most important word for us to use is persistence. You just have to come back again and again and again and think out of the box and find creative ideas.
Nudnik, you mean?
Nudnik is a good one. And yes, and you need to you have to do research, and you have to prove that your product actually works, and you have to find the right people who will support you. And that's a long process. You need a lot of patience. But at the end of the day, if your product is good and you believe in it, I think you get there.
Any other tips, tricks?
I can connect to that strongly, that you have to be persistent. We had a lot of education in the video space to convince content TV production companies to join us and to put their holy videos, their holy content on our platform, an online platform. But now it's like standard, so you have to have persistent. Another tip is like, I don't know if it's popular, but to move to the market that you're selling to as fast as you can. So to be in the market, for us, I think the most important thing was the move to New York, to open the headquarters in New York. I think that it's almost a must for every media company that wants to be close to their customers.
All 4 companies are headquartered or at least very active in the US, is that correct?
Active in the US. Active or headquartered in the US.
Yeah, well, that's probably a must. And Gilad, just another one to you, just because I'm curious. How do you know if it works? I mean,
well, the most...
This dog psychologist thing, exactly. What is a dog?
We have a couple on our advisory board, but the most popular question is, do dogs watch TV? And everyone says no, and they're right. Dogs don't watch TV, at least not the way we watch TV. But they do have, they do need the TV and they do look at it. They hear what's on screen. A rich soundtrack is very important. We play with the colors of the content because dogs are colorblind, so they see colors differently than we do. And in nature, they can smell, so they can compensate for their color blindness. But on TV, that's a challenge because smell vision is not up there yet. And what we've done is during post-production, we alter the colors so they could be blue-yellow, which is what dogs see. So when you put everything together, you create an environment. It's more than just a TV channel. It's not entertainment for dogs. I think I said to someone at DirecTV yesterday in our meeting, they're not going to wait for the next episodes of Dog in the City every day. But they will know it's there and they will enjoy it. The music is going to be soothing and relaxing, and it will create a screen from what's going on outside when they're scared and bored and stressed, and that's what we do. We create an environment for dogs and make their very long time home alone a little better. It's not medicine. We can't cure them from boredom and separation anxiety, but we could definitely make it much better, and that's what we do.
That's great. So curiously, our time seems to be up. We do have 2 minutes left, and we can use that for taking a question from the audience if there's one. Is there? Any? Oh, there is one. Okay.
I'm just curious for the gentleman from DogTV. Are you familiar with Rupert Sheldrake's work?
No, not really.
He wrote a book in England called Dogs Who Know When Their Owners Are Coming Home.
Okay.
Check it out.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. That's the kind of entrepreneur reading that you should be doing, right?
Exactly. Now I have a long flight home tonight, so I can get that at the airport.
Any other questions? Is there? Okay, if there are none, I'll just one question for whoever wants to grab it first. What's the biggest challenge that an Israeli company faces when it's trying to make it big? And how did you, or how are you planning to combat that? Anyone? Biggest challenge?
I can say that when you're working in two markets, so there is obviously between the two offices always time difference and cultural differences, and it's a challenge to gap it and to bridge it, and it's a constant work. I think that this is from my experience, this is a huge challenge.
So culturally, we're ready to take on the big markets.
Yeah, I think so.
It is a global village, so we're good there.
Definitely.
Great. So, sorry?
A good note to end. It's a global village.
Ladies and gentlemen, A, we're on time. B, I think we've accomplished the mission of making it a little bit more interesting than the average panel. And thank you all for listening and for sharing your questions with us.